Don't even strive on negative vibes, 'cause you won't make it no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life anyway. We only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, 'cause you won't make it no matter what they say. We should always try to live a positive life anyway. We all know time is running out every day. The people that we know, that life is not a game that we play. If you're not sure about this test, I want the whole world to confess that we all should try to live our life the best way that we can. So I know we only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, 'cause you won't make it no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life anyway. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, 'cause you won't make it no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life anyway. We all know time is running out every day. The people that we know, that life is not a game that we play. If you're not sure about this test, I want the whole world to confess that we all should try to live our life the best way that we can. So I know we only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, 'cause you won't make it no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life. Try to live a positive life. Try to live a positive life anyway. Oh, yeah. We only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, 'cause you won't make it no matter what they say. You should always try to. Yes. Good evening. Yes, it is now 40 minutes after the hour. Your brother King Simon is here. Oh man, so today's show is going to be off the hizzle for shizzle when our brother comes up at 8 o'clock. You know, I like to start the show early so we can get the hype on and get the vibes going. Want to welcome some people in our midst right now. I want to welcome some of our people. I want to welcome also some new sponsors. Actually, a new sponsor that's in the building. Big up to a new advertiser and sponsor, the one, the only Janelle Lewis, licensed real estate salesperson. So if you want to get your real estate needs or consultation on how to do real estate or get your first property, or you want to get some property in New York City, Brooklyn, Bronx, wherever, Manhattan, or you want to find out information on how to go about it, you're more than welcome to hit them up at the office. Number is 718-395-0580. That's 718-395-0580. And you could text Janelle Lewis at 347-866
1153, just in case you want to get a consultation with her about buying your own property, because property ownership is an asset, especially if you want to get into buying commercial property or you want to get into buying your own property. I suggest that you make that happen as soon as possible. So text her or give her a call at 347-866-1153. That's 347-866-1153. Or you could email her. As you can see, the email is on the line right now. The email is janelle.10akre@gmail. Once again, her email is janelle.10akre@gmail.com. So we want to welcome that beautiful sponsor, our first time advertising with the brother King Simon in the building. Welcome, 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 welcome. Got to give them a round of applause. Of course, the whole crew over there at 10 Oak. So enough respect to them, enough respect to what they're doing, serving our community, helping people to get their own property. 42 minutes after the hour is your brother King Simon. Yeah, I'm not new to this. I am true to this, family. I am not new to this. I am true to this. We're also broadcasting on Facebook. That's right. King Simon Productions, or well, King Simon on Facebook. I will be probably advertising on or broadcasting on King Simon Production. I think I'm going to take it to King Simon Production because not everybody on King Simon can not everybody that wants to watch on Facebook can watch it on King Simon. So, being that I have a public fan page called King Simon Productions, all of you would be welcome to go on there. And please make a note of it. And once again, want to thank Sister Janelle for being a part of my journey. And of course, family, remember to subscribe, click on the bell to be notified if you want to subscribe, because I got a lot of pertinent information that I got coming in and coming up. A lot of stuff coming up for June. Also some comedic yoga, what yoga is all about. That's also going to be coming up. I got Joshua Sarah, the mathematician and poet extraordinaire, coming in. I have a lot of great people coming in the month of June. So I'll be putting up that calendar by the 27th after our Felicia, when we start our Felicia Harden interview, we'll be putting up that calendar. So make sure you make a note of that. Also, do remember, if you do want to do a Numerovation consultation with me, I don't do readings, family. I do consultations and advisory, because a lot of you need advice on how to activate your numbers to make it prevalent for you in your life. That's right. If you want a Numerovation consultation with your brother King Simon, using the numbers to motivate you, for an appointment, please text your full name and date of birth. That's your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. Yes, I want your full name, middle, last, and first name, because in the studies of number, the first name is called the active name. Whatever name you're using, whether it's the one on your birth certificate or the one that you made up nickname, it's what we call the active name. The middle name is called the bridge name. That is the bridge that carries you over. The frequency of that number in your middle name also carries you over even if you don't like the middle name. Totally got it. But please drop your middle name. Especially, I like to deal with the birth certificate names. I tell people I like to deal with the birth certificate names because it's very important. Because sometimes you got to learn to honor your mother and thy father, so your days may be long upon the earth. So if you honor and understand the names that you were given on your birth certificate, and I can do the spiritual names also, but why I still like to do the names on the birth certificate, because it was something that your mother named you, and it's something that you allow to come into your energy at some point of time. No matter what you went through, it could have been lessons, traumas, dramas, whatever you went through under that name, it could have been some type of trauma. But remember, the study of numerology or numbers is applied mathematics. Learn how to apply your numbers and they will guide you. Remember, one of my websites is numbersaresimple.com. That's numbersaresimple.com. Also, one of my first books that ever came out, this book right here, is No Promotion is Bad Promotion. That was the first name of the book. And then as a revised version comes in, No Promotion is bad promotion, and all publicity is good publicity. That's the name. Just spell my name right. That's the name of the book now, as it's been revised with an extra chapter in it. It's a promotional book. It's a motivational promotional book, an introduction into my world of promotion and production. Believe me, I even got a glossary in there. I even have a photo album in there. I have pictures of my beautiful children and their mothers in there. So it is what it is. Okay. My first numerology book that ever came out was this one. Numbers Are Simple. It is a seller. It's not just number one, it is number zero, because zero is the highest expression of universal numbers in the world, because all numbers come out of it. I don't call myself a number one, I'm number zero. Because that's the high potential, the infinite amount potential. So numbers are simple, people are complicated, is a basic introduction into my understanding through my studies of numerology. And then in the back of the book, I do have a referred reading, or recommended reading, pardon me. And of course, those who have children, or those that believe they are children of the creative force, this particular book is for children. And if you believe you still have the childlike attitude and childlike way, then it's for you too. Numbers are simple. Our children's health is important. Numbers are simple. Our children's health is important. 47 minutes after the hour, 47 minutes after the hour, right here in New York City on the East Coast. And of course, at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will have our brother, TyroneAMuhammad, will be in the building. That's right. Morticians that care, making a difference in the life of many. Look, back in history, especially in American history, a lot of the morticians were either Jewish and Italian and all that kind of stuff, especially during the 30s, when, a lot of killings was going, the gangsters was doing the 20s, the roaring 20s and all that stuff. A lot of the gangsters and all that stuff was going on. So the Italians controlled a lot of the morgues and all that. But we had some morticians in our community too. Watch movies like Hoodlum with the great Lawrence Fishburne in it. Very good movie. When he was walking near the mortician, it was a brother that was a mortician, and the mortician looked kind of morbid and weird, and that's what we're gonna ask. We're gonna talk to Brother Tyrone, because Tyrone ain't morbid and weird. So I'm glad that movie came out. But we're gonna talk, and I want to play something before we bring him on. I'm gonna play something for 4 minutes from his channel before we bring him on, because it's just showing you the type of work that he does. I'm going to share a screen and bring it on and let everybody know. But we're honored to have our dear brother TyroneAMuhammad in the building. And I'm just honored to have brothers like this brother doing the work, man. I remember one time I wanted to be a mortician. That's interesting. And and, and what's so interesting about that, one of my middle names is Tyrone. So I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, Tyrone, and he's a mortician and all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, wait a minute. So there's no coincidence. So when I studied the applied mathematics of numerology, family, I want to let everybody know before I come on. Let me show my face and stop playing. Why am I playing before let me show my face. What's up? Yeah, your brother's in the mother flipping building. Lot of mercy, lot of mercy, lot of mercy, lot of mercy. I am in the mother flipping building. Yes, thanks for the applause. I'll pay each one of y'all later. Thank you very much. I will pay each one of y'all later, and stop the playing. Stop clapping. We don't want to clap yet. What's up, y'all? What's up, everybody all over the world? How y'all feeling, man? Yeah, it's your brother. Got the I Am shirt. I forgot who this made. This is a brother that made. I think he's from North Carolina. Good brother, a boxer too. I believe he's a boxer. But you can go to IG for the I Am. I think it's I Am collection. I forgot the name, but and yes, I got my regalia, the Nation of Islam regalia, because we got TyroneAMuhammad. Oh, believe me, I am everything. And I want to let everybody know why I wear all the different regalias, because all of the spiritual systems, all of the religious systems came out of the original black man and woman, the original melanated man and woman. So I got to get that a round of applause, of course. Got to get that a round of applause. It all came from us. It all came from us. Even the evil that we might call Satanism came from us. Satan come from Set, And if you don't know the story of Set and Asar and those great historical metaphors and stories of Kemet out of Africa, that's where I have a book which is so interesting. I'm gonna tell people something. This is gonna blow your mind right now. I remember walking to the train station in Brooklyn, New York, right there on Eastern Parkway in Utica. Those who know Eastern Parkway and Utica, right there at the cross section of Cronites going into Flatbush, going down the hill, you're heading to Flatbush. But it is what it is. So I remember walking, and there's a dollar guy, the guy that sells dollar books right there on Flatbush and not Flatbush, on Eastern Parkway in Utica. So I'm walking by, and I'm going through I went, and because I always stop by and support him and get some of my best books from dollar spots, because a lot of people throw away books and give him the books, and he sells it right on the street for $1. So I'm walking and I'm taking the train, and I'm like, whoa. So I'm going through it, and I see a book called The Biography of Satan. Now, on the book is a fiery head with horns and all that, but it's called The Biography of Satan. And the first thing that came to mind, the first thing that came to mind was say, get the book. The second thing that came up to mind was, nah, that's evil. That's it. My religious mind from my past, from my mother and father and all that I learned under came to mind, and all the scary stuff that they taught us in the movies about Satan and all that kind of stuff. So I put down the book, and then I went back and I stepped 2 steps and said, no, get the book. Got the book. Family, when I got the book, it was so funny. This biography of Satan was breaking down the origin of where the word and the name Satan come from. So it took me back into the realms of Africa. It wasn't even about Europe. It was it went through Europe, but it went back to Africa from what had happened between the two brothers, Set and Asar, I believe. It was Set and, yeah, but it was between the two brothers, and how the evil brother, quote unquote, now Cain and Abel, that's where that Cain and Abel story came from. I just want to let y'all know where Cain killed Abel. So Cain was considered the evil brother because of what he did to his twin brother. Just showing you. But that book, The Biography of Satan, was one of the most inspirational guides to understanding why we got to be very mindful of how we see things and how we look at things. So I just wanted to say that for a brief moment, because I totally get it now. So, and I want to thank people like Bobby Hemmett. I want to thank people like Brother Panic. I want to thank people like Phil Valentine. I even want to thank people like Brother Dr. Khalid Muhammad, the late great Khalid Muhammad, because at the FOI classes when we were younger in the 90s, he used to come and teach us different knowledge and information about Kemet, about what he learned from Dr. Ben and what he studied under John Henry Clark and what he studied on the various Asa Hilliers, the Barashangos and all that kind of stuff. So Khalid used to come and drop stuff in the FOI class all the time. So I wear the symbol because I understand the symbol. All of this comes from us, because we know in the Nation of Islam, when you start seeing the stars and the moon and the sun, star, and moon, that represents the universe. So it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to have this on. It's to understand the concept of what it means, because we come out of the universe. We are representation of the universe. We are a part and parcel with the elements of the universe. Hey, it is what it is. But before we get into that, I wanted to pray something before we bring on Brother TyroneAMuhammad. I want to make sure we bring him on with a well-deserved round of applause. But I want to show y'all that he's doing some great work. So I'm going to take me off the screen for a second now, and we're getting ready to put on something else on the screen. Now, this is what they are doing big in the community. And I wanted to take this off because this was something that was very dear to this was very dear to me, because when I heard about all the great things that they're doing as Mortician and the whole team of Morticians, even the embalmer, everybody, this is a quick 4-minute clip off of TyroneAMuhammad's YouTube. Dummies, let me see. Let me see. Hold on one second. Let me find his YouTube. His YouTube channel is, let me find it right quick for you. All right. His YouTube channel is Dummies Inspire. Dead Dummies Inspire. That's his YouTube channel, Dead Dummies Inspire. And we're going to talk about that, why he calls it that. We're going to talk about that. But let me play this clip real quick so y'all can see what I'm talking about and how important it is to show respect, especially to the Black morticians, your very own morticians around the world. So big up to them. Let me play that real quick. And I'm going to shut up and just play. Thank you.
Thank you, man. We appreciate the love, man. Why you guys doing this, sir?
Listen, man, because we love you guys, and often, a lot of times, y'all go overlooked. Y'all are on the forefront. Y'all are the GOATs and the MVPs, and we want to thank God for y'all serving our community, serving these families, and the time as such. This is just a little token of love, just to let y'all know we love y'all, we appreciate y'all, and we certainly thank God for all y'all do for us. What's up, man? I need y'all to get me. I need to get a picture. You know, this is my boy. He know it. This is gonna be my deacon one day. I don't know. He gonna join Mount Pleasant or something, man. Hey, man. What's up?
For the beautiful lunch today, Pastor Rakeem Thomas and Mount Pleasant Church. Thank you.
Rakeem Thomas and the Mount Pleasant Church for the lunch today. I really appreciate it because I was hungry.
Pastor and the church, because without them, we'd be starving through half of the night. And some of us in garments and people who wasn't still on the street are here way past 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and right back here 10 o'clock in the morning. So I thank you very much for the bottom of our heart for this church.
I would like to say thank you to the church for providing us this great lunch for today. May God continue to uphold them in Jesus' name.
Peace and blessings. This is your boy Muhammad, the Mortician, number one Mortician in the nation, man. You already see, guys, number one Mortician in the nation, hands down. You know, you see coronavirus, man. The virus has put everybody right now on laid off. Everybody laid off. That's why your boy can't even get a shave, man. Look at that, got gray hair, everything, man. But it's all love. I just want to say, man, shout out to Pastor Rakeem Thomas, man, a great man of God from the Mount Pleasant Church. Also, I want to shout out Mother T, one of the mothers of the church, a powerful sister in the church, and that you guys saw it need and that you would come and give us this beautiful lunch today, man. We appreciate it. It was unexpected. We didn't ask for it. We didn't call upon it, but you guys saw a need that we as morticians on the front line, just like doctors, we on the front lines, just as firemen and police. We on the front lines, just as everybody, the nurses, everybody that's handling this corona pandemic. So while the lights are blaring, while the police cars are glaring and everything else, man, you guys are honored police officers, you are honoring the doctors, man. Don't forget, we are the ones. We are the last ones that handle your loved ones. We are the last ones that's handling these coronavirus cases, man, which is growing expoundingly. I mean, it's growing big and it's growing expeditiously. So Rakeem, Pastor Thomas, Mount Pleasant Church, we honor you today. We thank you today. We thank you for the sandwiches, the chicken, the soda. We thank you for everything that you have done for us and have given unto us, man. And we ask that you guys keep us all in prayers, man, as we try to move very safely as possible during this journey, and that none of us get sick, man. So once again, man, thank you, Mount Pleasant Church, Pastor Thomas, man. It's your boy. I'm out. Peace.
Oh man, that was good. That was good. That was good. That was our brother and dear brother, brother TyroneAMuhammad. That will be coming up momentarily right here. Want to give them and Mount Pleasant Church and all the people that they've been working a well-deserved round of applause, man. It's not easy, family. Believe me, it's not easy out there doing what we got to do. And
We started with
hold on, and let me just take that off because there's another line here. Let me take that line off. Let me take that line off. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? My brother, I want to welcome our brother right now, without any further ado, our brother TyroneAMuhammad. What's up, brother?
Blessings, brother King. What's going on, soldier?
Hold on, let me get myself in the video. How you been? Assalamu alaikum, brother. Assalamu alaikum.
Good to see you, baby. Yes,
Go, long time no see, beloved. Long time no see, brother. How you been, man?
oh man, I'm doing great, man. It's a tough time right now, but other than that, man, I'm doing fine, man. Thank you for having me on your show, brother.
You seen the video clip I put? You see the video clip I put?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I watched it earlier and I said, man, that's a good clip to start off with, of what you did at Pleasant Church, just to show how Muslims and Christians and Jews could work together in unison, because that's what it's all about. It all, I used to learn, in the FOI class in college, when Khalid Muhammad was with us inside the nation, and the late great Khalid, he used to say, all of it came out of us. All of these religious principles and everything came out of the original man and woman, and from the heart. That's why I wear the regalias. I can wear whatever I want to. It's ours. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, God? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Indeed, brother. Yeah, I miss brother Khalid, man. That was a true warrior, brother.
Oh, yes, sir. He was definitely our true warrior. But we still got the minister, and we still got all of the warriors that are ministers like yourself, man. Yeah. I'm proud of what you're doing. You know what's so funny? I said it earlier. I wanted to be a mortician when I was younger with a family. And one of my middle names is Tyrone, which is so interesting. So I said, wait a minute. Is this name attracted to this?
Hey, man, you living it through me, man.
Yes, sir. First and foremost, let me big up some of your platforms here real quick. To contact Brother Muhammad, please call him at his business number at 201-401-0147. That's if you want to get consultation, especially about the transitional process of people leaving this earth and all that. You want to get, because these are morticians that care. Also, his FB, his Facebook is at TyroneAMuhammad. His fan page is at Muhammad the Mortician. You should say the #1 mortician. Let's stop playing. I like that. The #1 mortician. The IG is at MORTT.care. The YouTube is Dead Dummies Inspire. I love that one. Dead Dummies Inspire. His Cashapp, if you want to show much love and support for what he's doing in our community, because he's one of those morticians that care, TyroneAMuhammad. That's $ TyroneAMuhammad. And if you want to support through PayPal, because you don't have Cashapp, guess what? TyroneAMuhammad19 at gmail.com. That's TyroneAMuhammad19 at gmail.com. Or you could email him from across the way, if you're in English and all that. Look, death is death. Transition is transition in every part of the world. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My brother, so I am honored to have you finally back. And I got to tell the story, because I remember when I brought you in to open up for something, an event at the National Black Theater, my brother. Right. And you told me over the phone you wanted to bring a cadaver to the door. In a coffin. I said, wait a minute, brother. Let's not scare people. But instead you brought pictures of sewn up bodies and sewn up cadavers and all that kind of stuff. Explain, let's go on a journey with Brother TyroneAMuhammad real quick before we get into what's happening today.
Yes, sir.
Who is TyroneAMuhammad, and why did you decide to become a mortician, brother?
Oh, man. Well, TyroneAMuhammad is, in short, man, is a young man that grew up born and raised in Jersey City, New Jersey. By a single mother. My dad was a dope fiend, and I got a brother by the same mother and father. So it started really when I was, always a young man. I was always passionate about helping out people. I always cared for people. At the time, it wasn't no particular color. It was just that I had just a passion for helping people. So I wanted to be a doctor. That didn't come out to fruition. So what happened was, when I wanted to become a mortician, my dad was murdered when I was 12 years old. So when I went to see my father laying in the casket and he was looking so peaceful, I was intrigued. I was like, man, I wonder how they got my dad to look so peaceful. All right, so traveled 13 years later, I was going to nursing school to be a registered nurse. But what happened was, my mom died when I was 25 years old. So when I went to make the funeral arrangements for my mother, the funeral director, all she asked me, I was sitting there with my brother, my older brother, and she asked me, do I have life insurance? And I said, no, I don't have life insurance. And man, she went like into like Michael Myers, you know, Freddy Krueger, you know what I mean?
Wow.
But I owned a grocery store and a pool hall at the time in Jersey City, so it was $5,125. That was back in 1994. And the next day when I brought my the money in, she was like, "Oh, baby," she was real sympathetic. So I saw the hypocrisy in this woman at that time. So since I love helping people, I left nursing school and I got the necessary 30 more credits because I needed 60 credits to get into the mortuary program. I went to Mercer County College. I was the first male in my family to go to college. I was a high school dropout, but when my mom died, I had to go get in my get back mode. Mom said I was great. Mom said I was born to give it with a strong gift for the world. So I didn't know it at the time. And then she died. Then I realized what it was. Got my GED, first male in my family, go to college, went to mortuary school, got my funeral license in 2003. In 2006, I was working on this little young brother where I got shot in the back of the head, sitting in the car in Irvington, New Jersey. And at that time, I had saw a rash of so many young black men coming into the funeral home, shot up, not by the police officer, not by the Ku Klux Klan, not by the white Aryan Nation, but other black people. So I was in the Nation of Islam. So I'm like, man, it's got to be something that I can do with this platform, man, to bring awareness to the high death rate, to the gun violence with black people. So at that time, God just came right to me, MTC, Morticians That Care. And since that day and time, man, I've been running, man. And due to this platform, you know, that you helped bring me on in New York, it was beautiful. And I've been transcending the East Coast to the West Coast and all up in Wichita, Kansas, man. God is blessing me with a beautiful message to give to the people, man. So here I am today talking to my brother, King Simon.
You know, and I'm a Muhammad too. I just don't say it too much. I did get it. I let people, but it means one worthy of praise. So we are working and praiseworthy. So we are doing what we have to do in different fields, in different aspects, in different ways. And, you know, I'm glad you really mentioned what your journey was all about, brother. And you brought so much vigor and understanding to it, you know, because I mentioned the movie, Hoodlums. And the mortician in the movie, you know, he looking kind of weird and morbid, and he looking like, you know, like he worked in the graveyard or something. Straight, you know. But I want to ask you, what are some of the misconceptions about mortician and that field, being a mortician in that field? What are some of the misconceptions you like to dispel at this time?
Right. Well, some of the misconceptions definitely. Number one, let's get rid of the urban myth, man. People that die don't move, they don't sit up, they don't do none of that knee-jerk reaction. Let's get rid of that, man. When God caused that transition to happen, man, is that transition. That's it. When that spirit, that energy, that electricity leave your body, man, there's none of that. The only sound you get is from maybe when you defecate. A lot of people, when they pass away, they defecate. That is true. That's just the pressure because the organs are coming to a standstill. Right. Also is that we out to rob you. That we out this when we put the casket in the ground, we take the casket back, we steal the casket, take it back to the funeral home and resell it. And also a misconception, not all funeral directors, man, are old men that look like that brother from Hoodlum. You got some fine, young looking brothers, man, clean shaven, man. You know, that's trying to just make a difference in their lives, man. Particularly with the new generation of these funeral directors that I've met, so many, man. I mean, we are embarking on an amazing journey together, and we're changing lives. And when we do services for the family, we bring it to a different perspective. And for a younger generation, and people starting to understand it more, because a lot of the information that we give to the families before, when I was growing up, we had no YouTube. You couldn't watch embalming on YouTube, cremation, how we dress them, and all so forth. It's all on YouTube, so they got a better and clear understanding. So that's some of the things, man, really I clear up.
Okay, I'm glad you cleared some of the misconceptions up. You know, let me make sure. People are already throwing questions. Hold on, I'm gonna deal with y'all questions in a few. Hold on. Let me ask my questions first, people. Once again, with our dear brother TyroneAMuhammad, you know, the number one mortician in the nation. I'm gonna make that clear. That's you know, and of course you can check out his YouTube channel, Dead Dummies Inspire, because he gives a lot of great information, a lot of beautiful stories, and a lot of course, some of the hard stories in there, because we got to have balance. And please support him via his Cashapp and PayPal. Of course, you can see it on the screen. And enough respect to what you do, brother, because like I said on my Instagram, I grew up with doulas and midwives in Jamaica, Caribbean. So as we see people that are ushered into this world, we got to realize and respect. And since we respect the doulas and midwives and nurse that ushers us into the world, we got to respect those that help us with the transition out of the world. You know, so let's take a day or a week. A day and a week out of a mortician's life. Before you begin a funeral and the preparation of a funeral, give us a synopsis of how this goes about for the audience to understand and what's going on.
Yeah, well, there's really many different angles we can go at. For one, is that when normally when someone passes away, the initial thing that they call a funeral home. Like today, while I was at the funeral home, we took in 4 new calls, right? So, we answer the phone, we get the information. We want to know the deceased name. We want to know exactly where the person at, because some people pass away in a hospital, nursing home. Some people die at home. So we got, we want to make sure where they at. We want to know who the next of kin is, who's giving us permission to make that removal. The cousin may be the one calling, but the person that died has a wife. So I want to know who really is the next of kin, because you can get the cousin can tell you to make the removal, but if that wife didn't give you the permission, then you'd be working probably for nothing, and then another funeral home coming to get him. So we get the call. We get the information, and once we get the information, we set up and we say, well, what day you want to come and finalize the arrangement. That's when you come to the conference table with the family. That's when we hatch out everything. What type of religious ceremony? Was the person Christian? Was they Muslim? Was they non-religious? We can have a humanitarian service, and the casket, the cemetery, and what clothes they want to wear, and things like that. And do they have a minister? Do they need an organist? Do they need programs, prayer card? So that's like a daily, man. Like, because particularly our funeral home is very busy. We do over 1,000 calls a year, three locations. So we're very busy funeral home.
Wow, man. I mean, I remember going to my aunt's funeral, brother, and the funeral director was in the back, and I was just listening to him and the crew speaking, and he said they did over 3,500 funerals a year. I'm like, what? We was in Canada. I was in Montreal, Canada, when my aunt we was at and it was cold out there. He was talking about. I said, what? And I know it's not about the money, but I gotta say something about that, brother. People are doing it for the money. At the other end of the day, let's be real. You got to take care of your family. You got to take care of the bills. You got to pay for the facility that you're in and all that. I mean, is that a viable occupation you would suggest some of these young folks to get into?
Yes. Now, to be honest with you, Brother King, this is the best. This is the best profession. Why? Because if you're a videographer and you don't have nobody to shoot videos for, nobody needs your service. If you're a dog walker and you don't have no dogs in the community, you can't do that. But everybody gonna die. Yes. And that's the key thing. We all gonna die. So my mother told me that, growing up, she always told me that great is the one who know what they want to be in life, but blessed is the one that get the opportunity to do it. So I'm blessed because I'm walking in my purpose and my passion. So I always try to encourage young funeral directors, don't come to want to be a mortician because you see us driving a nice brand new Cadillac hearse, or we sharp, we looking good, we looking good up there. A lot of women are attracted, to funeral directors. I'm just keeping it 100. You know what I mean?
I like that.
Yeah. So don't look at it from that perspective where you can hook up with women and stuff like that. I mean, it is a beautiful, awesome service that we provide. Why? Because I believe in caring, consoling, comforting, and being considerate. That's the 4 C's, and it's real key to being a top-notch funeral director, man. When I don't never go into a arrangement with a family trying to sell them the most expensive casket. That's not my job, man, because a lot of funeral homes, they selling these caskets. We can mark up a casket 300%. So if I purchase the casket for $400, I can sell it to you for $3,400. So that right there, that's $3,000 profit off that casket. I never do that, man. It's what the family want, is what the family get.
Man, brother, man, you took me back. When you said what you said about women attracted to you, because you remember Brother Lukeman in the sitcom Everybody Hates Chris. Right. He always dating the woman after they.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. I got wives hitting. I be having wives hit on my head. I'm burying your husband, man, and you trying to hook up with me. You know what I mean? I'm like, what? I'm like, man, come on.
That's why I'm laughing. mean, not to make fun of it, but we gotta understand that, yo, these kind of sitcoms know how to make fun. But I never knew it was that true. You know what I'm saying?
Very true thing. I mean, I remember one time I was sitting there talking to the sister, right? So we talking, I'm like, I'm doing it. You know, it was her brother had got murdered in North. So we sitting there. She was like, "You look familiar." So I was like, "Oh, okay. You probably saw me on the funeral or something." She's like, "No." She was like, "Are you that guy in that video that on YouTube that is spreading around there?" I said, "Oh, the aftermath of living in that life." She said, "Yeah, that's you behind the casket." I'm like, "Yeah." She was like, "Oh, and man, listen, man." She thought I was like the greatest thing walking on God's green earth, man. She was texting me everything, trying to hit. I'm like, man, they just throw it, man. You ain't even got to spend no money, man. You know what I mean? They just throwing it. But it ain't about
that. Yeah. No, I understand, brother. Those that are just tuning in, we're speaking with our brother there, TyroneAMuhammad, who, as you can see, is a very, very energetic brother, just like myself. So you know what this is. And of course, hit him up on his fan page on Facebook at Muhammad the Mortician. Hit him up on Facebook at TyroneAMuhammad. Hit him up on IG at Mort. That's MORTT.care. Hit him up on check out his YouTube channel, because he's giving a lot of his information about what he went through and how other people that he's, of course, the #1 mortician, and of course he got a t-shirt line. Man, what, you don't have a website, brother? You're not selling your website?
No, I don't have a website, but I usually sell them all, man, when I'm at speaking engagements, man. But that's coming though, Brother King.
Okay, well, people can hit you up on DM and all that and give you a call at 201-401-0147 and check out his subscribe to his YouTube channel, Dead Dummies Inspired. Cashapp is $TyroneAMuhammad, and PayPal is TyroneAMuhammad19 at Gmail. What's the A stand for Tyrone A?
Eileen.
Okay, mine is Anthony, so I got it. Okay, I see. All right. Now, moving forward, brother. Now we're gonna change gears a little, my brother. Because we're now in the midst of a pandemic, a quote unquote, and I call it a reset. And like Les Brown always says, every setback is a setup for a comeback. So I call this the setback for the comeback, because everybody's getting creative at this damn time. But during these strenuous times, my brother, how has it been thus far from your perspective in regards to what's going on in the world today?
Well, the coronavirus, man, it has, I could talk on an hour just for that topic alone, but just to try to make it real short and brief, man, and right to the point, I looked at it from two perspectives. Let's just start originally when it started hitting our funeral home on March 23rd. We took in 30 COVID-19 remains that one day. Then another 30 the next day, then another 20 the next day. In 8 days, we had 150 people at our funeral home, man. Wow. People was just dropping. I mean, it was crazy, and nothing we ever seen. And no funeral home can come on this channel right now with your brother and tell you they was prepared for this. We didn't have no emergency drill. We didn't have no evacuation plan or emergency plan how it was going to go down, because I didn't really think it was going to hit the way that it hit. We had people coming from New York trying to get into New Jersey because the New York funeral homes was all booked up. Nobody wasn't taking no more bodies. People were sitting in the house for 3 days. Just they dead in the house 3 days. No funeral home can go get them. So the virus, man, it really. I questioned myself, though, Brother King. I questioned myself. Do I really want to be a mortician, man? Because since that day to this day now that it's kind of slowing down, is that, man, I was losing it, bro. I mean, I ain't no suicidal person, man, but that all was like in my mind, because you got all these families texting you all night, because I get my personal cell phone number out to my family that I serve so they can get access to me 24 hours a day. But the coronavirus, man, it was a sad situation. Why? Because you got to see so many people passed away, messed up. Because we applaud our first responders, man. We applaud the doctors and the nurses and the hospitals that's really putting that work in, man. But on the realness, man, I'm telling you, man, a lot of them hospitals are doing a disservice to the family, to the deceased, man. They're leaving the ventilators in their mouth, and that's what's partially killing these people, man, when they putting that ventilator in their mouth, down their throat. And you got to understand something about that. When them people that get the ventilators and they get this tape that's taped on the side of their face, and they tighten it real tight right? So when we take that off, you come to the funeral home. When you peel that tape off, man, you peeling off the epidermis, they skin. So now they got two skin moved and two white spots, the epidermis, all right, the dermis, the epidermis. So now you're seeing they white meat, man. These bodies are coming in destroyed. My queen grandmother died in New York, and we had to go get her. We brought her back here to New Jersey, man. They left her upside down, brother, in that trailer. Wow. She was on her face for 9 days, brother. And when we got her into the funeral home, man, she was destroyed. Now, here it is, my queen. I'm about to tell her, I'm on the phone with her coming back from New York. I'm like, look, sweetheart, I got grandma. I'm showing her FaceTime, letting her see her grandmother on the stretcher. When I get her, I'm going to make her look beautiful, brother. When I open up, man, she was toe up, destroyed, brother. Wow. I mean, decomposing. And that's the thing about it, man. A lot of these bodies are coming in, man, they're destroyed. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of these people that's dying, they're not even coronavirus, bro. They're not even COVID-19. Wow. They just put that on there. They have prostate cancer, but once they go in there, man, they put that COVID-19 on these death certificate because you already know, you saw the videos, and it's true because I talked to the doctor from university. Once you come in and they diagnose you with coronavirus, you get $13,000. Once they put that ventilator down, you get the hospital get $39,000. And the reason why they putting all this on the death certificate is because there's no selective services. There's no surgeries being done in most hospitals right now, so they got to make up that money. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, sir. So these hospitals are miraculously and erroneously putting COVID-19 on these death certificates, man, and the families are just going crazy. Now, last thing. The governor here in New Jersey, Murphy, Executive 108, he said that we can only have 10 people come into the funeral home to pay your final goodbyes to your mother, who you hadn't seen in weeks or months because she's been in the hospital quarantining, not letting you in there. Now you come to see mama, and if you're not getting mama embalmed, you're not going to see her head because we're not going to let you be exposed to the virus. So we take a picture and let you identify your mother that way. There's no more tearful goodbyes. And Mayor Baraka from Newark, he knocked the 10 down to 5. Okay. So we had an incident, Brother King, is that 2 weeks ago where this lady had 7 children, only 4 of them could come in, and her sister bumped another one of the children. So the other son started fighting the aunt outside the funeral home. Wow. You understand? Wow. So this coronavirus has taken a toll on so many families, particularly in the Black community. And if you look back at all my videos, man, I've been trying to tell the Black community that this day was coming. I didn't know it was going to be the way it exploded this way, but I've been preaching this message, man, for since 06. You understand? And it hit. And now everybody's still, oh, Muhammad, I see what you said. No, I was trying to tell you guys that something is coming like this, so be ready. And, and it goes to show you that a lot of our people was not ready, man. No life insurance, nothing.
Right. You know, we're speaking with Brother Muhammad, man. That's an awesome story. That's a crazy story you just said about your queen's moms, man. That's, oh man. I hope she's all right. Condolences to your queen's family and you and your family, man, for all that. Because I lost a few people in my family, my aunt and an uncle and doctor, well, you know, and a few other people, and it's just it's been overwhelming. But I always say, when people ask me anything, I always say, look, every physical loss is a spiritual gain for me, because I start putting people on altars and they start coming to me in dreams and stuff. So it is what it is. Not being spooky, you know. I don't want people to think I'm spooky. I just want to let people that it is, you know, dream interpretations and dreams is in Bibles and Quran. So I understand what it's all about, you know. So. Yes. And so it is, and I got to commend you again. And like I said, people, please support the brother and what he's doing. We're going to be taking questions and answers in the chat in a few, and I'll be posting them up so he can see. One person said they've been fluffing up the numbers. So like you said, somebody may have came in for prostate and all of a sudden they've been called COVID. You know what I'm saying? So I know people like Rizza Islam been talking about it, and other people been talking about it. So I respect what you've been doing, man. And once again, please hit him up on Facebook. You see it on the page here. You see it right here in front of you. Muhammad the Mortician, of course, fan page, Mort.care at IG, and of course YouTube. Check out his YouTube channel because he's educating you on what is happening from that perspective. Dead Dummies Inspired, the YouTube channel, and show him love. I want to hear everybody show him love on Cashapp right now. That's $TyroneAMuhammad, $TyroneAMuhammad, because he don't have to come up here and tell all that. Some people are keeping secrets.
That's
But
right.
people like him ain't doing it because we have, so especially when you've been a part of the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, we have a duty to actually tell the truth, regardless of whom or what. Whether you're going to keep it peaceful or it's going to come with the shock value, it has to be told. So, brother, I'm glad that you're up here and doing what you got to do to show the people love and all that. You know, now in this continual strenuous stuff. Now you're saying you just said recently that the numbers are going down. Do you feel from in hindsight that it might go up again during the fall season and the winter season?
Yeah, well, according to my doctor, who I visited about 3 weeks ago, he told me, because I asked him, we was doing a chat like me and you on a video before you could come see him. You had to do a video. And he was in his kitchen, and I asked him, I said, Doc, are you going on? You think something going, go back up? He told me next month. That's what he told me.
Wow.
And I think, unfortunately, this time, man, that a lot of young people, man, is going to get hit hard with it. And particularly, I'm not supposed to just say the Black community. It could be certainly, every group of people, man, but particularly our people, man, because in our community, our young people are not taking it serious, man. And I don't know if it's an egotistical thing. I don't know if they feel like they got something to prove. But the young people, particularly in North New Jersey, I can't speak for every city, so I don't want to, classify everybody. What I'm saying is that they're not wearing no masks, they're not wearing no gloves, and they don't realize, man, yes, you may be young, your immune system may be very strong and healthy, man, but listen to me. If you get that virus, man, like you go home and give it to grandma. Yeah. Like, and grandma already diabetic. Grandma already got high blood pressure. Grandma already got, heart problems, And like, you're going to be an assistant in taking your grandmother out. So I think that it's going to go back up. But I'm going to tell you something, Brother King. I don't want it to go back up, man.
Me neither.
Right. Like I told you, man, I have never, in all my experience as being a mortician, this hit me harder than ever, man. I was literally drained, brother, leaving the funeral home 11:30, man, and you got all these remains there. Now let me tell you something too, man. The stench.
Yes.
In the funeral home, brother. We got a beautiful funeral home laid out. It's a whole block long, brother, but reeking with death, man, because the fact of the matter is that the cemeteries are not opening up their gates. We got people who had services last month, but they can't be buried until July.
Wow.
So we got to keep them now. The hospital don't want them. They want us to come get them quick. And the cemetery don't want to open up their gates. So now the funeral homes are being looked at as to shelter these people. And a lot of them not having services, so you can't embalm them. So now they just decomposing, man. And then that decomposition, man, is soaking through the wood. It's dripping on the floor. It's dripping out the bag, man. It's causing a stench, man. And there's nobody here to help out the funeral homes, to try to help the funeral homes and tell these cemeteries to open up the gates. So that's why I say it's good that you applaud the first responders. It's good that you applaud the doctors, the nurses, and those that's trying to save the people's lives, man. But don't forget about the funeral directors, because we are your first responders and we are your last call.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Before, let me just say that. Thank you for that, my brother. Let me just take a quick commercial break, real quick, if you don't mind, my brother, real quick. I'm only gonna keep you here for an hour because I know you gotta go back to work and do your thing, man. And I'm not gonna hold you up too long. But let me just mention what I got coming up next. Just want to remind everybody. Want to thank, of course, Brother TyroneAMuhammad, who came on. Next on King Simon Presents on Wednesday, May 27th, we have Felicia Harden, film producer, coming in live and direct about her journey, of course, going through health journeys, but also being a producer of film. And on May 31st, we have the premiere interview about my book that's coming out in a couple of years, but it's called When the Late Bell Rang. It's with a journalist that's going to be a journalist named April Gopi, who's going to be interviewing me about my life in the promotional world and my life. And, of course, thinking about suicide 3 times in my life. All of that is coming out, and that's going to be coming out in my book, When the Late Bell Rang. And I just wanted to mention one more thing. I want to make sure I shout out before we move on. We want to move on. Some of my new advertisers, got to big up one of my new advertisements in the building, the one, the only, Janelle Lewis. If you want to get any real estate out here in New York City, Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, all of that, she can cover all of that. That's licensed real estate salesperson. Make sure you text her at 347-866-1153. That's 347-866-1153 about further information, how you want to get information about it. If you want a consultation with her, make sure you check her out. Very beautiful sister. She's been doing the work, and I'm happy about her doing the work. I commend her because I know she's been into the music business back in the day, and she's been working for different places, but now she's doing what she loves to do, and that's what I like to see. Because when you do what you love to do, you'll never work a day in your life like I was taught back in the day. So I'm enjoying everything that I do. Once again, remember, this is our brother Muhammad, and please give him a call at 201-401-0147. That's 201-401-0147. Hit him up on Facebook at TyroneAMuhammad, fan page Tyrone the Mortician, IG page Mort.care. Of course, the #1 Mortician, gotta pick that up. YouTube, Dead Dummies Inspired, Cashapp, hitting them up that $ TyroneAMuhammad, and PayPal. You know, be a pal and do the PayPal. That's TyroneMuhammad19@gmail.com. Now, you know, moving right along, my brother, and dealing with some of the internal staff, since we're broadcasting on Facebook and on YouTube, some of the internal, what are some of the positions in your field? I know you got the embalmer, you got this, you got that. Please explain some of the position and how our young people can learn about these positions at different in different aspects of the mortician world. Please.
Right. Well, like in the funeral, in our funeral home, I can't speak for everybody else. We got about 55 employees. We have a maintenance staff, you know, that take care of all of our fleets, the limos, the Cadillacs. We have the clerical staff, the ladies that run that, the secretaries. We have a person that just deals exclusively with the death certificates. She handles all the death certificate, calling the doctors, making sure the doctors sign the death certificates. We have the limo drivers, which we call funeral assistants. These are the guys that pick up the family, take them to the church or the funeral home, take them to the cemetery, repass back to their final destination. They're the ones that coordinate with the family, letting them know what time they're picking them up that morning. Then you have the interns. The interns at any funeral home that's registered, you can have 2 interns. We have an awesome young sister there now, man. She's gonna be bad, brother. This young sister is bad. We need more women in the profession, man. It's a male-dominated field. And then you got the licensed funeral directors, us. We are the ones, the morticians, the licensed funeral directors are the ones that make the money for the funeral home, because you got to be licensed to sign your name on that dotted line on that statement of services and good bill. So if you don't have no funeral director, you know, you don't, nobody getting paid, because we are the ones that generate the income. We are the ones that sell the merchandise. We are the ones that feed off the energy of the family and know if we should sell them this or sell them that. But like I said, I really just let the family pick what they want. I don't steer in one way or the other.
You know, brother, moving along towards the future and what needs to be done, because this is a rough time, yes, but I know you have to stay enthusiastic in whatever you do and however you do, especially for families that are coming in that has been traumatized, because you notice, I know you're feeling the mental stress also over there. So tell us about some of the people in your staff, only because you can only speak from where you're at. How are they dealing with it, and how is their families? How's everybody out there? I'm very concerned about that, because I'm writing a book that's soon to come out called Numerovation for Mental Stability, where I use the numbers as far as the science of numerology to help show you how you can maintain yourself if you understand your own numbers. How's the mental stability of our brothers and sisters that work with you and others that you might know in the family that's doing this? You know?
Well, right. Well, it's a good question, man. They all pretty much like me. One of our employees, man, he got tested positive for the virus, man. One of our removal guys from our maintenance staff, he got tested positive. So he was quarantined for 14 days. We all on high alert. I mean, we usually hug everybody in our funeral home, you know.
Right.
I don't know nobody hugging me right now, but I hug them. But it's real stressful, man. You got to understand something, man. You're picking up people, man, that I mean, and most just heavyweight. Unfortunately, man, a lot of people in our community, obesity is running high. Yes. You know, particularly our women, man, they're becoming very obese, and to get so many of them at in a short period of time. I literally say, man, 150, 200 people. I mean, I'm talking about in the funeral home, man. I mean, we tripping over them, man. We had to lay them on. We had to put out a whole plastic sheet, plastic carpet on the floor, man. We had to lay them on the floor. We made it a makeshift platform that we had to lay them on because we got about 15 embalming tables in our prep room. But we had nowhere to put them, so we got big, large rooms in our funeral home, man. And just when you walk by, just to see all these people just laying there, brother, wow. I mean, that has a damaging psychological effect on all of us, man. We walk past there, man. We sit at our desk and we just sitting there like, man, this is crazy, man. It is real crazy. So, I mean, we all right now, man, we all stressed out, man. But praise be to God, man, that, you know, being that it's slowing down now, man, we starting to come back to ourselves again, man. And I think that if we're going this way, man, we'll be all right.
Well, you know, brother, I commend you once again. And like I said, I actually wanted to get into that field when I was younger, but of course, the Creator guided me somewhere else. So it is what it is. But someone just asked, can the virus survive in the summer?
Well, they saying that the heat is the best thing. And that's why, you know, we boil water, you know what I mean? So we boil the water, we put like different things into the water, man, is that because, and then you take the deep breaths. I really don't like wearing the mask so much, but I'll wear it in front of with family and things like that because I don't want to make sure I'm doing the right thing, making them feel comfortable and at ease. But that's the thing, man. The virus can't survive in the heat. You know, that's what they said. We don't know yet. We're about to find out.
That's right. You know,
huh?
Go ahead. What you was gonna say? I'm sorry.
That's why you should boil water, man, and inhale that, man, and breathe out, man. Because if you ever notice when you got tested, because I got tested. You know, they take that the swab and stick it all the way in the back, up in your nose, all the way in the back. So they go here. That's where it lies at dormant up in here, up in your nasal cavity. So that's why you should always clear it out with hot steam, man, and it helps clear it out, the mucus.
You know what's so funny, brother? How important is, we was raised and we study under the teachers of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and various other health practitioners. How important is how to eat to live now?
Man,
go ahead.
I was ready to jump on that question, man. That's why it's very clear, man. I mean, the messenger was trying to tell us something. Our people, I don't know, they get spooky, don't think they can do it, man. I'm gonna tell you something, man. 1 meal a day, man. 1 meal a day right now is very important. 1 meal a day. I'm back on my 1 meal a day, man. And I mean, my skin is starting to shine again. It's looking, I got kind of glowing like an angel right now. I see it too. And I'm like looking at a mirror looking at you, brother. 1 meal a day. I eat mine between 12 and 1. I know the message say 4 to 6, but that's a little tough for me. 12 to 1, man. I can go the next day, but it's very important how to eat to live now, man. Because why, man? They're poisoning the food. The food. I was seeing myself swell up, man, and there's so much is that they poison the food. The food is not healthy. That's why the messenger said, man, eat to get that bean soup, and that's what we need. We got to get back to the bean soup, brother. Get that carrot cake. Get some good carrot cake. But to all those who are watching right now, man, and I know that when we say eating 1 meal a day, and I know sometimes people go crazy. There you go, How to Eat to Live. That's the book. That's the best book you can read right now, man.
That's the hardcover. That's the hardcover, baby. I gotta tape it.
You got paper and hardcover, man. And you know what I mean? Get used to eating that 1 meal a day. And just like anything, to break a bad habit takes 21 days to break a bad habit. And man, you'll start feeling so much better. You got so much energy, man. You can't sleep, and you won't be hungry, family. But you gotta start trying to train your body, man, to eat 1 meal a day so that you can live.
Somebody just asked a question about the methods of embalming. Is there more than one way?
Yes, it's different. You can embalm for different. The typical way that most people embalm, where I embalm, is I embalm right here. Right here, you go 2 inches here. We make an incision here. We go down 2 inches down, and and right next to it, you got the carotid artery and the jugular vein. So you want to get that carotid artery. That's where the arterial tube goes into the carotid artery that pumps the embalming fluid, and it circulates throughout the body. It builds up pressure on the jugular vein, and you cut the jugular vein, and all the blood drains out through there. Of course, you don't drain all the blood in the body. You can never do that. 50% of it is mostly what you get out of it, and you can embalm. That's what you call right here, the carotid. You can bomb when people get murdered. We got to do the 6-point injection. What I mean by that, so you come in, you got the wide incision right there. You got your your head is called the skull right here. The cranial is called cranial autopsy, right? And they take take the brain out. They take all your organs out. They put it in a plastic bag. It's called viscera. So you got to embalm the 2 carotids to make sure the face get it. You got to embalm the axillary underneath the arm, and down on your thigh you got the femoral artery. So you got, that's what they call a 6-point injection. Now, since you can't get to the buttocks, to the back and all that, we got a long needle about this long right here, right? It's called the trocar, right? And that trocar connects to the embalming machine. And it's just like, if you ever see, it looks just like when they're shooting at a shark or a whale. That's what it looks like. Is a pointed needle there, and we actually putting embalming fluid in it right there with the trocar. So that's the main reasons how people embalm. And some people use the femoral artery too. They embalm from the thigh, and it does the same thing. It all depends. But I like the carotid.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Another question was asked, can Brother Muhammad speak on the organs being removed from the body, and what is the purpose of that being done?
Oh man, that's a beautiful question. I got a whole video on that. You know,
send them to your place, but speak on it briefly. Let's send it to your site too. That's good.
Yeah. On that YouTube channel, man. Dead Dummies Inspire speaks on that. But is that in that video I tell you about it in the aftermath of being about that life is now when they move the organs, there's 2 different reasons now here. What I just explained to you, right? Because the circulatory system is broken. So all your organs come into this plastic bag. We treat it with cavity fluid, right? And so it got your intestines, it got the pancreas, it got the liver, it got your lungs. Oftentimes they don't put the brain in there, but sometimes it have that. And once we treat it, we keep it in the pail, and we put it back into your stomach in the plastic bag before we sew you back up. So to keep the smell down. Now, when your head right here, to keep your crown from slipping, you know, so you don't want the head to be your bone to be sticking up the skull to be up here and you laying back there. We put newspaper. I put newspaper in people's head. I pack it with newspaper. Wow. I pack it with bed sheets. That to keep it still, and then I put Calavarian clamps in it, some screws in there, and keep the skull tight. Now, on the flip side of it is that we're talking about the $6 billion illegal harvesting. Family, okay. I'm telling you right now, and I'm only gonna take 30 seconds on that because the video tells it all, man. Is that they stealing the organs from young Black people, man. It's no secret. The doctor already told me, and I've been doing this for years, and people starting to talk about it more. But I already blew that out the water, man, years ago. Is how that when a young person gets shot and they're on the other side of the room, and the mother's in the waiting room, checking on the status of her son. She's grieving. She don't know what's going on. Well, they back there harvesting the organs, and what that means is that they're taking kidneys, they taking lungs. Now, these are not being done. These organs are not being used for the benefit of Black people. No, these are going over to Israel. They're going on over to the Middle East, to the Arabs. They are the ones that spending $25,000, $50,000 for young Black men, hearts, lungs, kidneys, and that's real. And the family get none of that money. You understand what I'm saying? And that's a $6 billion industry. So you guys got to be careful. So that's why I always tell people, I know that you want to do something positive. I know you want to do something great, and you check off that box on your driver's license, tell them to donate your organs. Listen to me. You're not getting nothing from that. You're not gaining one dime for that. These people, these companies are making billions of dollars off your pain and your suffering. And also out of that, they taking the bones. When they take your bones, they put PVC pipes in. That's the toughest body to embalm. They're putting plastic pipes in there. Now, all my sisters who like wearing that good makeup, looking pretty and everything, you might got somebody elbow on your face because they make makeup look like really funny.
Damn. Hold on one second. I gotta promote your site real quick before I throw this. Yo, make sure y'all hit this brother up, man. He's dropping a lot. Go to his YouTube, Dead Dummies Inspires. Please subscribe to his YouTube if you want to learn what's going on. And he's teaching, as you can see, he's teaching it raw. We come from under the school of the Minister Farrakhan and the Khalid Muhammad, so we know if he's teaching it raw. Hey, baby, I like it. it raw. You gotta like it raw, baby. This is raw, man. Like my man ODB, you know what I'm saying? So you know, he's teaching it raw. So I respect that. Make sure you hit him up on his fan page on Facebook, Mortician, Muhammad the Mortician, IG mort.care. Of course, hit him up on Facebook, TyroneAMuhammad. Also, of course, the YouTube Dead Dummies Inspired. Cash app him right now for all this beautiful information. Drop him some finance. Circulate the finance because the more you circulate finance, the more it comes back to you. Remember, it's $ TyroneAMuhammad. PayPal, TyroneAMuhammad19 @gmail. Now, someone just asked a question, Brother Muhammad. How do you arrange a funeral if family has no insurance?
Oh man, there's different ways. Number one, they can have great cash. They can have a great cash flow. You might not have no health insurance. I didn't have no life insurance for my mother when she died, but I had great cash flow. So cash is always the number one. Now, how do you make arrangements with people who have no insurance, have no money? That's a great question as well. Yeah. Well, there's different ways. Here, the person may have Medicaid. In the state of New Jersey, Medicaid, that's a person that's receiving SSI, disability, on welfare, receiving public assistance. In that package, they have what they call a burial benefit. In New Jersey, state of New Jersey give out $2,770 to the family. Now, if the family want to have a traditional type of service, they can. So the state says that you can come out of your own pocket with $1,570, but the funeral can't exceed $4,340. So what do you get for $4,340? Well, you get the same thing if you had a $20,000 service. The only two things that's going to be different is the casket, which everybody probably seen, is that cloth covered gray casket. We got them in beige, pink, white, and we have them in taupe. And also, if you're going to bury them, you can't use your private grave. You got to use the cemetery that we have here in New Jersey, is in the hillside. You bury with 5 other people that's not related to you. So you could be here at the bottom and 5 people on top of you, or you could be in the middle or in the top. So that's the way that you do it. Now, if you have no money, no life insurance, no death benefits from the state, we have a funeral home. There is a funeral home in New Jersey that's in that's in charge of the indigenous burials. Indigenous burials means that the family have no money. There's no way they're going to be able to bury their loved ones. So what happens, that funeral home comes to our funeral home or any funeral home that can't get no money. He comes, gets them. The state pays them $400 and he buries them in Pottersfield. And the family get no funeral and they don't know where their loved one is buried at.
So they're buried as like a John Doe, so to speak.
Right. Well, right. They have the name, but it's like a John Doe. That's correct.
Okay. Now, in regards to cremation, how does that process happen? I mean, briefly, I know it's a long, extensive process, but please, I know my mother says she wants to be cremated. I'm thinking about it myself, to tell you the truth. But what do you think? What do you think about that?
Right, cremation, the same thing. Cremation, you can do a direct cremation. That way is that you come in and see your loved one, say, yeah, that's my dad or my grandmother. All right, so then we take that the remains and take them straight to the crematory. Or you can have your traditional service, funeral, casket, and everything. But the end result is cremation. Cremation takes about, for a person my size or an adult, about 3 to 4 hours. It all depends on how hot is the oven. It's got to be 1250 degrees. I watched it. I don't want to be cremated, but you know what I mean? But it takes about 3 hours. And then the next day we go back and get the cremains. We call it cremated remains, right. And then we give it back to the person in the box, or they can have the urn. I always tell the family to go online, go to Amazon, get them a nice urn, because 1,000 different ones is less expensive. You can get it personalized, and when you bring it back to me, we put it into your urn, and I give you a 10-minute memorial service dedicating your loved one back to you.
What are some of the negatives of the cremation? Because you say you don't want to do it. Obviously, you've seen it happen. What are some of the negatives that I could?
The fire is appointed to the wicked. So, you know, I'm just saying, I'm not saying that if you get cremated, you're wicked. I just don't, I mean, because I don't want, I just don't want to be cremated. It's just crazy. Right. Because when you get cremated, man, right? So they burning, right? You see them burning. And then, man, when they take that rake, right? And your skull, see, that's what the head is the hardest to cremate. So they take that thing and crush that skull, man, and break that skull down, man, and keep pounding it like that. Oh, wow. I'm like, man,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Now, that's a whole different thought now.
Everything go down except that, your skull.
Right.
You're slow. We gotta take that. They take that machine and start and it hammers you down, man. No.
I didn't know that. Okay, that might change my perspective of this thing. Previous, I'm trying to follow my mama. That's Natasha Love asks, "Do you work with death doulas?"
What is death doula? I've never even heard of that.
That's the doula. So like say a doula is one that assists in the birthing process or bringing forth. They could assist by helping to console the family, relax the family, and also help to go through cleaning of the body. Also, they can be.
Well,
it's a new thing.
Thank you, Sister Natasha Love. I appreciate that. I never heard of that. Thanks for that. That's some good. See, I learned something today. So now what that means. No, we don't have. We are the deaf doulas. We the one that wash them, give them their final bath. We the one cleaning their backside, their private part. And then before we embalm, we always sanitize them. We spray them with a spray that we had to kill any bacteria on them and things like that. And it's our job to do it. We don't have nobody coming to do that.
And usually when it comes from a doula's perspective, Brother Tyrone, usually it's probably they're the ones that helps to do the comforting of the family while y'all are doing what y'all do. They're like really.
Okay. We call it a bereavement center. We have grief counselors, bereavement centers. I always was called Echoes.
Okay.
Echoes. It's right next to we have a building right next to our funeral home in Orange. That's our headquarters. And right next door is the Echoes. It's a grief center. They have meetings all the time. Yeah, definitely. Okay. We have that, yes.
Okay, all right. We got like 8 minutes with our brother. We got 8 more minutes because our brother do have to do more work. Someone just asked, some things are for people. Some things are for some people, some wish for burial, some wish for cremation. Another person just said, why can't you bury them on your own land?
Well, they don't have that here in New Jersey. I mean, I'm quite sure, every time we talk to families, they want to get buried in their backyard. But that has to be regulated, you know what I mean? That's not regulated through the state here.
Right. Okay, so Natasha just confirmed. She said more emotional support. Like I said, it's more emotional, consulting the family, consoling the family. So yeah, that whole death doula, because doulas are ones that do that. They also give emotional support for the baby as they're coming in. They can have death doulas on the way going out. So I totally understand. So yeah. Thank you, Natasha, for those, and thank everybody for those questions. My brother, I don't see any more questions. So let me just make sure I continue to shout out your wonderful pages and your wonderful stuff. And that T-shirt, I might have to order one of them T-shirts, brother. Get them T-shirts. I'll be happy to wear one. I got no problems with it. I love hats though. I love hats. That's my
thing. I'll get you one. I'll send you one over there, King. I got you. I got you. Back up, man. I'll definitely hit you up and get you one, man. Can I just give a quick shout out to one person, though, bro, King?
Go ahead,
man. I want to shout out Earthquake, man, the comedian, man.
Oh, my boy, Earthquake.
Yeah, he reached out to me today, man, about an hour ago. Before I got on, man, he reached out to me. He posted my video on his Instagram page, man. So shout out to Earthquake, one of the funniest, one of the realest comedians, man, in the nation. And man, Brother Muhammad is honored that you would go ahead and let my message go forward, man, to your listening audience, brother.
Of course, brother. So, somebody asked another question. Hold on 1 second, man. 1 second before you go. We got a few. Is it common to have a body exhumed?
Yes, it is. It's called disinterment. Yes, we just did one about 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So yeah, disinterment. You got to pay for that. You got to pay for the funeral director to come out, and you got to pay for the vault company to come back out. But yeah, you could do a disinterment. Yeah, what happened is that this young brother, he was buried in the grave, but his mother said it was in the wrong grave. So we had we brought him out of Rose Hill Cemetery in Linden, brought him back to the funeral home, cleaned him up, put him in another casket, and we took him back out to the right grave. Yeah, so that's common. Disinterment is a common.
All right, 2 more questions before you leave, my brother. Is it the same process when the family donate the body to science? Is there the same process when the family donate the body to science?
Well, yes. Well, that's how we learn how to embalm. We embalm on cadavers. People that the school I went to, Mercer County College in Trenton, mortuary program. Excellent, man. They got amazing mortuary school in New York, McAllister. They awesome too. But I went to Mercer County College. We have an embalming center there, and we embalm on cadavers, people who donated their loved ones' bodies to science. So when we get them out, they was embalmed like 30,000 different times. But we're just open up. We practice on real live people that passed away. Yes.
And that family don't make no money from all of that's going on, right?
No, because they donated. They donated. Yeah.
I think someone just asked, can you prepay for future funeral services?
Yes, you can. That's a great question. Yes, there's 2 ways you can do that. Here in New Jersey, we have the New Jersey Prepaid Trust Fund. It's called Choices. You can Google it, look it up. And in order to start a Choices account, you got to start with $500. So say like if you had no life insurance, but you just want to pay in. So what you do is that you go to the funeral home, you pick out everything that you want. They draw up the contract. Well, I don't know how it works in different states, but in New Jersey, you pay $500. You don't have to pay the whole 7, 8, 9,000, whatever you may have selected. $500 starts it, and you can pay whatever money when you get it, anytime you want it. You get great interest return, 3.5 interest on your money. It's a great return. And every 3 months, every quarter, they send you out a statement. You know, so yes, and that's another way. So that's what we use. It's called Choices. It's called the Prepaid Trust Fund. You should do that. Or if you have life insurance, you should come in and make your arrangements, man. And that's what I want to stress to the Black community, man, as we close it out. Before we close out, is that you got to come in, because it's real emotional when your children got to come in. And these funeral directors, man, listen to me. I'm not saying all funeral directors this way. I know I'm a great brother, and I know our funeral home got good staff. But some of these funeral directors will take you for a world spin for your money. I'm telling you. Right. If you show them that you got a $20,000, $30,000 policy, man, listen to me. They're gonna let you leave out about $9, you know, because they're gonna show you the mama casket. That mama looks good. They're gonna steer you right to that $5,000, $6,000 casket. So it's good to come in, set up your own day to come into your local funeral home, whatever city, state you're in. Sit down with your director, pick out what you want. So when that time comes, nobody's saying you're gonna die immediately, but you know it's gonna come one day. Your children don't have to sit there and make rash decisions in a fast pace of time, 3 or 4 days. Whereas that you already set it in motion. You let your children know, or whoever to know, and they're just following your wishes. It's all paid for, and it's very smooth, and it's less painful.
You know, one more thing, brother. Sister Natasha said something real key. Do you practice any ancient rituals to the funeral arrangement process? I mean, it goes back to Kemet and all these great African nations. Yeah. Do you research any of those and try to incorporate into your facility?
That's a good question. Sister Natasha, man, I've been looking at her picture. Yeah, she got that look, bro. She got that. She got that type of deep provoking thought questions. I can look at it, very fine sister. But Sister Natasha, no, really what we do is that we can't, you know, back in the day with what's that? It was an Egyptologist, you know, back in the day, how they used to go up through the nostril with the hook. They go up there and pull the brain out. That's how they used to bomb back in the day.
Wow.
But we don't do that now. That's how they used to bomb. That's how, you know, King Tut all them was up. They go up there with the hook, and that's how they crack the cranial skull, the nasal plate, up into your skull cap, and they pulled the brain out through your nose back in the day. If you do your research, you'll see that. But we do it different now. It's more effective this way. But I have my own little spiritual ritual that I do with the deceased. Because when I'm making arrangements, right, I ask the family, tell me a little bit about Rodney. You know, tell me a little bit about your son. Oh, you know, he's had his car and all. He liked the Giants or Dallas. So when I'm embalming him, I'm talking to him. I'm like, man, your mother said you like the Cowboys, man. I'm like, I don't know about, you know. So that's my own little spiritual thing, that my little talk that I have with the deceased. I always do that when I'm embalming him. I'm talking to him.
Yeah, Tyrone, do you have any dreams about the people that you're embalming? Anything that's going on in your dreams? No? Okay. No. You just born to do this.
I never dream about the deceased, and I'm like, no, man. No, man. I got too much other stuff to dream about, man. No. When I leave the funeral home, bro, I'll leave it. I'll just leave it to the next day because I'm there 7 days a week, man.
7 days. Wow, man. You put in work. Yeah. Well, brother, once again, I want to thank you for being a part. Let's give him a round of applause, people. Let's show him some love. Thank you, brother. Thank you for being a part of this, man. My journey here on King Simon Presents, man. You did a wonderful job. The people loved you. And please share this video, family. Share this video because he gave a lot of pertinent information. Go to his YouTube channel, Dead Dummy Inspires. Dead Dummy Inspired. Give him a call for consultations or talk to him so he can give you some information about it. More about prepaid, of course, funeral service at 201 401-0147. That's 201-401-0147. Hit him up on Facebook at TyroneAMuhammad, fan page Muhammad the Mortician, the #1 Mortician. Don't forget, of course, IG Mort, that's Mort with 2 T's .care, YouTube Dead Dummies Inspired, Cashapp TyroneAMuhammad, and PayPal TyroneAMuhammad19. Oh man, at gmail.com. Brother Tyrone, thank you very much, beloved man. Thank you. We're gonna talk over the phone. I'm gonna call you, give you a ring, and you know, definitely I want to get that hat or that shirt, one of those things I'm gonna get, but I'll definitely wear it, brother. I'll throw a donation for you, definitely for it, man. Okay.
No doubt. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Peace out, my beloved.
Appreciate you, my brother. One love, man. Thank you.
All right.
That's my brother Tyrone, man. Oh man, that was that was fire. Please share this video because he said it what he had to say, man. He really gave it to us the way we need to get it, man. And some people be, you know, tiptoeing through the tulips and all that kind of crazy. I got no time for that. No time for tiptoeing. You know what I'm saying? But once again, we want to thank Brother Tyrone Muhammad for being. I want to thank everybody that asked some great questions. I love the questions y'all was throwing out, man. I got a very intelligent audience. Want to big up some of the sponsors. Want to big up, of course, one of my dear friends that just sent me a nice little care package. Big up to Paris Williams. That's right, Paris Williams. I believe that's the last name, Paris, but it's PW Collections. PW Collections. All natural vegan products, man. I bought some soaps from pwcollections.com. That's pwcollections.com. I brought some great vegan soap because I love to wash my backside. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Got to keep that moving. Of course, coming up next, want to let y'all know, of course, what's coming up next. Boom, we have this Wednesday, we have film producer coming up extraordinaire and her journey. She's going to be talking about it. The one, the only Felicia Harden is coming in the building. And then on May 31st, I'm going to premiere an interview about when the late bell rang, my autobiography that's going to be coming out in a couple of years. You know, people like the great Amos Wilson said we should really try to put out our autobiographies at the age of 55 and beyond. You know what I'm saying? Because we've lived a good amount of life with those 55 years. So it's good to put out an autobiography around that time. And if I have to do anything continuation, I will. Okay. But it's going to be the journalist that will be interviewing me right on the live stream, but we're going to keep it private until I'm ready to actually upload it to the public. Will be April G. April Gopi. She'll be definitely a dear friend of her father's, who was one of my judges or guides in the publicity era of my reggae times in the 90s and all of that. So enough respect to Donovan Gopi, a good friend, still alive, still doing well, looking good. Got to see him while I was out there in Florida. Big up to him. Also, family, just want to remind you, if you want to, please like, share, subscribe to King Simon Presents on YouTube and King Simon Productions on Facebook, KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com, and subscribe to NumbersAreSimple.com. That's my websites right there. And of course, you've been seeing it scrolling by. Let me take it off the scroll right now. Let me take it off the scroll and put it on the page so y'all can see it for yourself. Let's take it off the scroll and put it on the page so you can see it for yourself. And here we is. For Numerovation consultation, please text full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. If you are outside of the United States, please text me via WhatsApp. Please use WhatsApp. Also, become my friend on Facebook. We could all be friends as long as you're not a frenemy. That's a friend mixed with an enemy. If you're not as long as you're not a frenemy. And you can hit me up on FB and IG at King Simon Productions, both pages, King Simon Productions, Cash App, King Simon 3158. That's $King Simon 3158. And if you want to hit me up via PayPal, if you want to pay for your consultations through PayPal, also you can use www.paypal.me/King Simon. That's paypal.me/King Simon. And I want to welcome our dear. Let me take that other thing down first. I want to welcome our dear Janelle Lewis. Welcome Janelle Lewis to the channel. That's right. Let's give her beautiful self a round of applause. Yeah, Janelle, one of my newest advertisers in the building. One of the newest advertisers in the building. You know, her and I used to work on radio together. I won't say anything else, but her and I used to work on radio together years ago. So she know I do this for real, for real. She know I do this for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? She go back with me on the underground radio stations, My Radio Live. And I think we did yes, we did also Flavor 107 Flavor Station also.com together. So big up to her and thank you for doing what you're doing. I'm glad that you're doing what you love to do and taking care of the family that way. Big up to Jandora and my young man Jordan. Big up to them out there and all the cats. They got a whole bunch of cats in the house. Matter of fact, they only got 2 cats in their house. Castle and I forgot the other one, Cleo. Castle and Cleo. So big up those cat worlds that they got. Big up to them. They might hear them near my start jump on the screen. It is what it is. So please share the information that you just seen or received from Brother TyroneAMuhammad. Once again, let me shout Brother TyroneAMuhammad again. Got to shout it out again because he did such an excellent job. Once again, I got to give him applause, a well-deserved round of applause. It's such an excellent job, man. And he really brought the fire and the energy. That's what I like, when you bring fire and energy with me also. Make sure you hit him up. 201-401-0147, 201-401-0147. Hit him up on Facebook, on his fan page, also TyroneAMuhammad, or at Muhammad the Mortician. He's the #1 mortician in the nation, baby, especially the nation of Islam. IG, mort.care, YouTube, Dead Dummies Inspire, Cashapp, $TyroneAMuhammad, and PayPal, TyroneAMuhammad19 at gmail.com. Also, those who want to, y'all seen I've been sharing my journey with publishing my next book, from pen to paper to computer. Then it goes to the editor. Then from the editor it goes to the printer. Then the printer goes to, the publisher. I'm going to be publishing. I'm going to be doing King Simon Publication. Is up and running now. And of course, pre-orders for my next book called Numerovation for Mental Stability will start on June the 1st. So you can pre-order starting June the 1st. It'll be $33.33. Oh yeah, I'm keeping those master numbers going because 33 is the master healer, the master teacher. And I want to be that iceberg, at that tip of the iceberg of using numerology, the science of ancient science of numerology, and how to maintain mental stability. So one of the forwards is by Natasha Dezzoni. She's also a mental health therapist, and she's also a candidate, a PhD candidate. She gave me the forward. She was on here asking a lot of questions. So big up to Natasha. She was asking a lot of questions here about the doula, the debt doulas, and all that. So she is going to be in the book as far as one of the forwards. And like I said, it's $33.33. Shipping and handling will not be included. It's an extra because you might be ordering from England. It might cost more than it is in America. So I can't, I got to know the price. So shipping and handling will be included when I find out what it is for different regions of the world. The book will be released and sent to those who pre-order starting June 1st between August and September. So give me some patience. We don't know what's going on. The mail is kind of slow. So be patient with me. The book will get into your hand. Numerovation for Mental Stability, showing you how to do it. And I wake up every morning really going in, listening to my classical music. I'm listening to all different types of things to keep me motivated, to keep everything going, and to keep a flow. Even the stories that I incorporate in my book about my life as far as depression, going through depression, and people in my family that went through depression. I just asked my mother certain things about her mother because she went through depression, and I gotta clarify. So I gotta ask questions. So I had to clear. So now I gotta go back into the book tonight or tomorrow and clarify certain things because According to my mom, she was not checked into a facility. So, but she did suffer from mental issues. So, enough respect to my mom for giving me that clarity. But I do know about my grandfather who went through depression. I'm going to be speaking about briefly on those stories because all those stories will be in my autobiography called When the Late Bell Rang. That will be in that autobiography. And then in another year or two, another couple of years after those books, I have a brand new name for my holistic numerology book that's going to come out, and it's going to be thick. It's probably more than likely going to be hardcover. The first 500 to 1,000 copies will probably be hardcover. Those will be collector's items. Those will be collector's items if you're going to get them. All right. So once again, subscribe to King Simon Presents on YouTube, King Simon Productions on Facebook, also KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com and numbersaresimple.com. And don't forget, this coming Wednesday, we got the film producer from Happy Film Producer and the great one, Felicia Harden, is coming in May 31st, going to premiere the interview with journalist April Gopi. She will be interviewing me live about When the Late Bell Ring. And in the month of June, should I get my calendar? In the month of June, I got brother Sobek coming in, a comedic yoga teacher for the young people. Also, we got brother Joshua Sarah coming in. Also, we have Angela, sister Dr. Angela Anaton will be coming in. I just got her book, man, called It's Your Fault. And her writer's name is called Black Love. I got her coming in. Also, I got a psychic, beautiful psychic reader, a spiritual reader named Sister Shaniqua Lino is going to be coming in live and direct too. And I believe we have on the end of June, we have Veronica Martin, financial advisor, will be coming in. What you should do with the next upcoming stimulus checks that you are going to receive if this is ongoing. You need to advise. You need advice on how to spend your money. Matter of fact, I just invest in Amazon. Since I order books on Amazon, hey, why not own some stocks in Amazon? As soon as this StreamYard goes online, I'm going to be owning some stocks on StreamYard. I know what's the name went up, so I might try to still get some stocks over there on Zoom, because I use Zoom every now and then. I use Zoom for certain sessions that I do. So especially Numerovation sessions, I do that. So let me get on out of here. Let me step to the rear and get the heck on out of here. And thank each and every one of y'all for being a part of my journey. Remember, my Cash App is $King Simon 3158. That's $King Simon 3158. And I want to thank, of course, Brother TyroneAMuhammad once again. Thank you, Brother TyroneAMuhammad, for being a part of this journey. Thank, of course, Sister Janelle Lewis for being a part of this journey. And we're going to close out with my song, We Only Got One Life to Live. Why not play that song since we just had a mortician on here? And I just got a new book that just came in the mail. Man, I just got a new book that came in the mail, The Beginner's Investors. That's right, The Beginner's Investors. A Beginner's Guide to Stock Market Investing by Daniel Jawani. So very good book so far. I started reading it already. I'm reading a whole bunch of books in the midst. I study at different portions of the day. I read different books to take in a lot of different information because I am who I am. You know, I represent the star, the sun, the moon, and the star, the universe. That's why I got this on my head. It's not Islamic. The stars and the moon and the universe is older than Islam. So we better understand what this is. You know what? So, but it is what it is, family. Once you understand the teachings and understand various teachings, you'll understand that all religious systems, all religious dogmas before they became corrupted in any way through money or greed, whatever they're doing, came out of the original African spirituality system. So big up to people like Professor James Smalls and people like Ashra Kwesi, Dr. Ben, Dr. John Henry Clark, Asa Hilliard, Wade Nobles, Francis Cress Welsing, all the great ones, of course, Patricia Newton's that was on Happy Films. Big up to Patricia Newton, who was there with Felicia on Happy Films. Felicia is the one that was an interviewer for Dr. Patricia Newton on Happy Films at YouTube. So enough respect to them. I'm going to leave y'all out of here, and I'm going to leave with my favorite song, one of my favorite songs that I am converting into a book. This is a song that I wrote back in the 90s, and it's called We Only Have One Life to Live. You just got to live it positively, stay focused, focused, stay structured, stay out of trouble, stay healthy, take care of your health, and I will see y'all on the other side, family, later as we leave with this particular song, You Only Have One Life to Live, right here, King Simon presents. See y'all later. Peace. One love. Take care.
We only have one life to live. Yeah, 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 yeah. We have one life. We only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, 'cause you won't make it, no matter what they say. We should always try to live a positive life anyway. We all know time is running out every day. The people they know that life is not a game that we play. If you're not sure about these days, I want the whole world to confess that we all should try to live our life the best way that we can. So I know we only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, 'cause you won't make it, no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life anyway. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, 'cause you won't make it, no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life anyway. We all know time is running out every day. The people that we know that life is not a game that we play. If you're not sure about this test, I want the whole world to confess that we all should try to live our life the best way that we can. So I know we only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, 'cause you won't make it, no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life. Try to live a positive life. Try to live a positive life anyway. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.